Yo, what up? I don't usually do patch note videos, but like, I don't know, man. This patch was kind of like, this is probably the patch that I had the most amount of things to say. Because most patches are like, wow, I like 99% of everything, and maybe there's like one or two stinky little things in there that are like, I can live with it. But this patch, man, I don't know. There's a lot of great stuff in here, don't get me wrong. A lot of fantastic stuff, but it's got heavy, it's so over, we're so back, it's so over, we're so back vibes of any patch that I've ever seen. Yeah, normally I don't do patch videos because there's like 89 million Isaac channels that can do patch notes reactions or whatever better than I can. And most of the stuff is fine. Like, all this, great. I like not getting off screen by BS attacks. That's awesome. And I did kind of feel that now that so I don't know about this mega fatty thing, but anyway, dude, this is hilarious. I have, dude, getting charmed as Lilith and losing Incubus was so funny. Honestly, I love Isaac's heart though being terrible in every way. It's for the best. But you remember how Tainted Forgotten, the Isaac's heart used to follow Tainted Forgotten? That was so funny. Like it's for the best they changed it, but honestly, I'd be like okay if they never had changed it in the first place. You just lose if you pick up Isaac's Heart as Tainted Forgotten. It was so funny. This is insane. The amnesia horse pill now unidentifies all previously identified pills. That one's so awesome. I love this change. All of the horse pills should have some crazy effect if their effect is not obvious. This is great. I love this change. That's so awesome. I mean, you already want to try to keep track of them because of shops, right? Like, you gotta try to remember, oh, the blue and yellow pill, or the blue and white pill is like a gold pill. I'll remember that. So if I go to a shop, I can remember what the tears up, the HP up, the gold pills are. This just makes sense to me, the Sharp Plug Tainted Maggie nerf. Like, it was too strong. And everyone complaining about this is like, dude, Tainted Maggie's so easy anyway. Like, it's fine. Having some use, that's fine. Dude, the 1% crane game chance for Wheel of Fortune, I'm honestly I'm psyched for that. The Wheel of Fortune card did need some buff. Wheel of Fortune in general, the regular slot machine needs a buff. Anyway, I forgot Punching Bag used to have the ability to block shots. Now this is the big change right here that everyone is complaining about. I personally am on team. I'm okay with Book of Shadows being not in it. I did think it was weirdly inconsistent. All the other invincibility and defensive items were out, but Book of Shadows wasn't. I wasn't complaining. I just thought that was always an interesting... It felt like an oversight. Glowing Hourglass, on the other hand, I mean, come on, it's just like 3 holy cards per floor. Next, you're going to be taking Blank Card out of the possible pool. Honestly, if they take Blank Card out, now that there really are just haters. They really just want you to suffer. Anyway, this is strictly unnecessary. Meat Cleaver sucks so much. Why are you removing one of the only thing Meat Cleaver is good for is getting more pedestal items in the Angel Room? What are you doing, man? And this one, I'm also like, dude, Delirious sucks. And now it kind of doesn't suck, and now it sucks again. Why? Why? This Delirium's foot thing, that'll help so much. That'll help so much. Just, that'll be great. Alright, don't get motion sick. I'm scrolling down. I haven't really had a chance to play with Mars. I've seen it a couple times. I had the chance. I feel like I've passed up Mars in .10 patch like 3 times. I was like, ew, Mars. I don't wanna. And now they nerfed it again. So, it was too strong, now they nerfed it. So, it's fine. Yeah, so far, all the changes, I'm okay with. Except maybe glowing hourglass. The delirious nerf, I was like, fine, whatever. I didn't really like delirious anyway. Meat cleaver, glowing hourglass, all the other stuff fine to good, especially the no this. But then we get to this, and this is the first part where I actually started getting mad. Jar of Wisps has returned to a 12 charge item. Its first use will grant 2 wisps, and every wisp spawned has a chance to be of a special variety. What? Was Jar of Wisps at a 6 charge really all that strong? 12 is still too weak. Imagine getting this on Womb 2 as your final angel room. This sucks! Yeah, sure, it's great when you get at floor 3, but, like, you rarely get this floor 3. Like, dude, just... You are the creator of this video game. It is possible to have an item charge between 6 and 12. I know currently no active item in this game has a charge of anything that isn't 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Unless if you count everything jar, which can hit everything in between. But, like, dude, you could make it not be so. You can just make the item be a 10 charge item, or an 8 charge item, or a 9 charge item. Like, you can just do that. If 6 is too strong and 12 is too weak, just make Jar of Wisps be the first, 10 charge item, or 8 charged item, or whatever. Because 12 sucks. The first one will start 2 wisps. Oh, okay, great, awesome. So it snowballs slightly faster, but dude, come on. Pausing the game with the glitch crown will not pause the item rotation, and will instead give the rotation a burst of speed. This is fine. I'll just have to learn how to do it without pause buffering. It's not that bad. Although, if you ever were curious of which side the dev team was on, pro pause buffering or pause buffering is cheating, I think between these last 2 patches we have our answer. Pause buffering is cheating. Because both pause tricks that were common to use in this game are now gone. Bombing the shop restock machine and pausing with glitch crown to try to help pick your item. Yeah. This is fine. We'll just all get used to doing this without pausing. It's not that big of a deal. I might even like practice. Like boot up Isaac and just give myself glitch crown and just practice with pedestals the timing. I might just do that after this. Honestly. This is fine. Like, adjusted the proc chances of several Abyss Locusts that were too powerful. Probably like Eraser. I didn't really get a chance to mess with Eraser individually. The one time I did get Eraser Locust, I had a giant swarm of locusts anyway that were just killing everything before it could erase anything, but I did know that the Eraser Locust, for example, activated way too much, and it would not take long to, like, delete everything on a floor. And whatever. Adjusted the stat boost from Star Bethlehem to match Hallowed Ground. Really? So Star Bethlehem got nerfed, right? Like, just big time nerfed. Because that was definitely a much higher stat boost than Hallowed Ground. So that's cool. Who cares about that, really, honestly? Completing a secret room with a greed fight will now allow access to adjacent challenge rooms. I was shocked to see this in the patch notes. I thought they would never. This has just been in Isaac forever. You just don't get to go to the boss trap room if greed's there, right? You just don't get to do that. Now, you can. Suddenly, after all these years, okay, we decided that you can now get to the challenge room. Because it wasn't like a bug, it was on purpose. They purposefully did that. So that's just a balance change to the game. So cool. Spawn indicators, Pog. We've been asking for spawn indicators forever. Just like hog. Like this is amazing. Mom's not on here, but that's fine because they always show up by the eyes. That's okay. Uh, this is also good. Golden keys and bombs can be spent at Keymaster and Bomb Bombs. Sure, that's cool. I still add one more thing with golden keys and golden bombs. Make it so if you pick up a second one, it just adds 1 to your count. If you currently have a golden key or golden bomb, that'd be great. Other than that, no, I have nothing to say about this except for the rare instance when you get a Keymaster on the chest. This is actually a bad thing because if you have a golden key, you'd instantly get the Keymaster to pay out instead of getting a whole bunch of chests on the chest. So think twice about picking up a golden key on the chest before you check the secret rooms. Because if you have a Keymaster there and you have a golden key, then instead of getting like a bunch of chests, you're just gonna get 1 item. Anyway, just as a note. Yeah, that's cool. This especially applied, I think, with Eternal items. That would happen all the time. You would want to charge your pocket item as a tainted character, and then it would just overcharge your first item instead. Black powder and pause, very cool. Very cool. Very low chance for most bosses to drop a thematic item on death. Now, is this like an Easter egg second item or replaces the boss drop? Because everyone's going to be mad if you get Monstro's Tooth on floor 1 instead of like anything else. Like, this better be like a secondary bonus item kind of thing, because if I get Monstro's Tooth for fighting floor 1 boss, I'm not going to be happy. But we'll just have to see exactly how this works. Sure, I don't even know what that means. Ludovico grants a 0.2 shot speed increase. I mean, of course, I do know what this means. I just, like, I don't know how I feel about that. That seems like a buff. Sure. Makes you stop from blowing yourself up, I presume, with Dr. Fetus. The base 0.2 shot speed increase is great, I think. This probably limits the amount of times you just get completely screwed over, I think. Yeah. So that's probably a great change for having too low of a shot speed with Ludovico techniques. Great change. This is also a great change. The door staying open after you've consumed the key pieces with Forget Me Now on the Mega Satan door. That's awesome. This is completely unsurprising information. D20 being more rare in Creed mode. Yeah, it's just completely, yeah. You're gonna adjust the ascent lines. Sure. All right, now we get to all of these items now are like intrinsic. So you can't get rid of them, can't reroll them, can't use anything. And now you'll also get those items if you roll into them with Clicker. And Clicker has also received a buff, I guess. That's awesome. A bunch of daily run stuff that, frankly speaking, I don't care about daily runs all that much. So if you care, you can read all that. But I do like they added All Path Home and Delirium. So that's a nice variety. Nice variety with the new schedule. Glowing Hourglass Bug. I wonder if that also is including voiding Glowing Hourglass if Glowing Hourglass only now works 3 times with Void. That's my only... Otherwise, I don't know if this applies to anything I know. I don't know if that applies to anything I know. Gigante Bean is now usable. This was just an untakeable trinket before because enemy farts were too powerful. And so this was just untakeable. I've actually noticed that there are wonky issues with Jacob and Esau. Not like I would have the consumable slot selected and then I'd push the button and it would still use the active item instead. Hopefully not only this problem that they're talking about, but the better controls have also been fixed, hopefully. Not just the classic controls. Dashing items not properly stopping when attacking Mega Satan Hell head on. I wonder if that... I recently had a run where I went to the Beast, and if you used a charging item against the walls, you would infinitely charge for a while. This is just we hate fun. You can't pick up an active item after using Arky. Like, come on. Come on, guys. Like, do you really hate fun that much? Ugh. Really. I didn't know anything about this. This is funny. Just using the D10 on two different guys would just devolve into each other. That's very funny. That's funny. Um, this is very specifically interesting to me. Fixed an issue where Genesis, after completing Ultra Greed, would reset the floor. Let's talk a second about error rooms. Error rooms on final floors in Isaac have had a bit of an interesting history. Basically, in Afterbirth Plus, every final floor had the Forget Me Now effect. When Repentance first dropped, it was a mess. Like, Corpse had a trapdoor that led you back to the start. Void, Home, and Void and Home had the Forget Me Now effect at first. Home, after you slept in the bed, had a trapdoor that led you to the start of the floor. Not before. Before, it was the Forget Me Now effect. Of course, Chest and Dark Room have a Void portal now. But they not... And Corpse XL crashed the game at launch Repentance. If you try to enter the Beam of Light Corpse XL, you crash the game. They've fixed all of this now. They've nominalized it to now all of the final floors, no matter what, have a trapdoor that leads you back to the start. Not just Corpse, not just Home after dark, but Home before you sleep in the bed, Void, yep, all the final floors in the game with one exception. With one exception. Ultra Greed. Ultra Greed still, as of last patch, I think, had the Forget Me Now effect if you went into the I Am Error room. So when it says fixed an issue when using Genesis after completing Ultra Free Flight would completely reset the floor, that to me sounds like Genesis gave you the Forget Me Now effect on the Ultra Greed floor. Which, on the other final floors of the game, had the trapdoor that led you back to the start instead, just like the Error room. So now, I wonder... Because, like, not even the Isaac Wiki has it listed that Ultra Greed, the floor, still had the Forget Me Now effect when you enter the Beam of Light as of last patch. Not even the Isaac Wiki talks about this. So I wonder, just as a side thing, when they did this, if now, finally, all of the final floors in the game now have a trapdoor that leads you back to the starting room in the Error room, including Ultra Greed. Consistency's cool, but I kind of liked it when it was a giant mess and each final floor did something completely different. Consistency's cool and all, but I feel like the Error room was kind of fine being a gigantic mess on the final floors. I don't know. I liked it when it was funny. Yeah, there was some bugs you could exploit for Limigeddon. Yep. This is fine because this is consistent with mapping behavior that already exists in the game. This is fine. Fine. Dude, fix an issue where Tainted Eve would not refund the appropriate amount of hearts if Rotten Hearts were collected. Thank you. You just couldn't pick up Rotten Hearts as Tainted Eve. They were untakeable. Now? That's great. This is cool. And I feel like everything else on this list is sort of, just all positive, good stuff. There's just a few things on this list that made me go, it's so over. Crane game problem was fixed. Eternal, you couldn't charge your Eternal item first. Oh, and unless if you had another active item. I actually didn't know that. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Didn't know that. I think I did know this. I did know that. The soft lock for Eraser on Dogma being finally removed, that was on launch Repentance. Why did it take so long to take that soft lock out? I remember seeing clips of people, what happens when you erase what boss on like day 2 of Repentance dropping, and using the Eraser on Dogma soft locking you was known like day 1 of Repentance, and it's just now getting fixed. Better late than never, but that's so funny. The exploit with Bloat's hitbox, being able to stand right on top of his dumb face and he would just keep shooting that attack, the sideways brimstone lasers. It's so funny that like I just saw a clip of someone doing that like yesterday, and now they've done that. Dad's Note is now immune to another data miner way of rerolling. I feel like Dad's Note is the one story item that is immune to every kind of reroll. Polaroid in the negative, you can reroll with most reroll methods, right? D6, etc., right? Key pieces, yep. Knife pieces, yep. Except knife piece 2, but that's because you can't bring anything in that area. Data, except TM Trainer, I think, used to reroll it. But Dad's Note, not so much, because it causes a soft lock. Anyway. That's nice. That's nice. I didn't know it did that. Is there anything else that... Oh, good. The dropping bombs in online chat was so annoying. And this, fix some issues with Found Soul and Clot familiars positioning when teleporting between rooms. It was so annoying entering the mom fight, and like all of your clots would be in the top left corner and you'd be down there. And then like you would try to move into position and then like all of your clots would just get murdered. Same with like in the Mom's Heart fight. I mean, I just got used to immediately using some thorium when entering boss fights that reposition you when you enter, just to instantly get them all to your own location. So that's good. That's good. Found Soul was able to get and lose Abyss Locust. Dude, Found Soul, great trinket. Probably one of the jankiest things that exists in Isaac. Like, it drops a bomb like Esau. It copies your stats and tiers, kind of like Incubus. But then also it does all this other stuff. Like, if you push Found Soul into the Whitefire and Downpour 2, you turn into a ghost. You turn into the Lost if Found Soul touches the Whitefire. It's such... like, there's 101 jank things about Found Soul. I'm not surprised that it was able to get and lose Abyss Locusts. Anyway. Epiphora, yeah, sure. D4 could change the pool ID of items, allowing them to be rolled in a separate pool. I don't know exactly how it worked, but there certainly was a lot of jank when it came to re-rolling items still. I don't know if they overfixed it or did something, but I wasn't even trying to break the game with Tainted Eden, but stuff was just not making consistent sense. Because I'd be re-rolling as Tainted Eden, and I'd be like, wait, where did I get 3 angel items? I haven't even entered an angel room this run. Huh? Like, I think it was just... and it was inconsistent, the behavior. So, I don't know. Yep. Cool deathmatch stuff for multiplayer. Clicker crash, good. Milk being a higher priority than Incubus was funny. I did notice that. I was like, why is Milk in front of Incubus? I'm glad they decided that Incubus should have priority number 1 familiar. Milk having a higher priority is very funny, but obviously was a mistake. And then some other stuff that whatever. Removed items from pools. Story items. Yeah, that's fine. Removed earnest souls from metronome payouts. Sure, that makes sense. Right? Like, all this other stuff. Good. Perfection can't interrupt your progress with Lost Soul, Strawman, Soul of the Forgotten. Probably Soul of Jacob and Esau, too. I don't know, though. D1, Guppy's Eye, Gallo with Jar of Flies. Thanks for fixing that one. That was everyone's biggest concern, was when you got a Jello Whip and wouldn't give you a Jar of Fly. Actually, I noticed that. Wait a minute. I was about to be sarcastic. I was like, this affected 2 people. I guess I was one of those 2 people. Wait a minute. Now that I started complaining about it, I do remember a run just a while back where I had Jar of Flies and it's like, oh, it's not giving me anything. Oh. I guess there's some desync there. Tainted Keeper, the womb shop was wrong. And dude, this right here is hype. Because this was the worst thing about Uranus. And, oh, wait, actually, is that off screen? No, it's not. Uranus and, Frozen Baby and Q Baby was that none of these things worked. It kind of stunk. But, you know, you just lived with it because freezing enemies was fun and cool. So I'm glad this is all changed. And there's the guy himself. What a handsome fellow. But yeah, there was I mean, there's lots of good changes in here. But man, the Jar of Wisp thing like actively ticks me off. Like, really? Really? I'll get over the glitch crown change. I'm adaptable. No more glowing hourglass with Tainted Lost is crazy. Like, really? Book of Shadows, sure. Glowing hourglass too? That's just mean. That's just mean. Re-nerfing Delirious and Jar of Wisps. Wow. Just freaking rude, dude. Just make it like an 8 or a 10 charge item, man. 12 sucks for Jar of Wisps. I think that's what I'm gonna be harping on the most, is this. This right here is the one that actually like irritates me a lot. Everything else is good to I'll get over it. This one right here, nah, man. Like, really? This is also like, dude, come on. Meat Cleaver sucks. Like, this is like the one thing Meat Cleaver was good for. And now, nothing. Well, that's kind of it for me. Overall, it's gonna be a good patch. It's gonna be a good patch. I'm just glad I'm done with my 3 Dead God save files. Because no more Glowing Hourglass and Book of Shadows for Tainted Lost is rough. Good luck with that, everyone who hasn't finished their Tainted Lost completion marks. Probably, maybe keep being on Repentance. Maybe don't patch to Repentance Plus yet. Things be wild out here. Alright, well, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.